I felt like I was experiencing déjà vu. I had seen these scenes before. My dear Nuke and Nan were by my side in the hospital. Newt's worried face. Nan's anxious demeanor. That dazed feeling where I couldn't speak. Gradually, I was regaining my ability to talk. The gal struggling because Newt said, "Calm down, dear, it's okay." Normero, what happened, dear? But Newt didn't want to answer. I could see the sorrow and pain in her face and eyes. Namaran, tell me, dear. I remember we were being shot at. What happened? Nucho, no one survived, only you. It was so shocking that for a moment, I thought it might be a joke. But then I felt a deep sadness. A lump formed in my throat. I wanted to sob, but I didn't want to upset Nan any further. He was looking at me. At that moment, he started to speak. "Non, Tad, what does dying mean?" My throat was full of lumps. I coughed a few times to be able to speak. "Namar, my dear son, it's like playing hide and seek. It means going and hiding in a very, very far place." "Nanto, does that mean you could go and hide in a very, very far place?" "Nara, yes, until you come and find me, my dear son." "Nantuel, if you hide nearby, I'll find you." "Newton, dear, Dad is tired. Let him rest a bit. And we'll go get you some hazelnut chocolate." Nan loved hazelnut chocolate, and finally agreed. Newt and Nan went to the hospital cafeteria to get some hazelnut chocolate. While they were gone, I stared at the ceiling in disbelief. Newt tried to be cheerful and energetic. It was clear that Nan had been very upset. There was nothing to be done about the past, so I put my sadness aside until I could talk to Newt comfortably. We laughed and joked a lot. The nurses passing by looked at us in surprise. Our mood changed from sadness to happiness, and laughter much faster than even I expected. One of the nurses reminded us to be quieter. When I laughed, my sides burned intensely, but seeing Nan's laughter made the pain bearable. I asked Newt when I would be discharged. She said, "Stay tonight, and you can go home tomorrow." Nan burst into tears upon hearing this. Newt had to take him back to the cafeteria. Fortunately, he liked cream-filled biscuits as much as hazelnut chocolate. He sat next to me and started opening the biscuits and scraping out the cream with his nails. He loved the cream inside the biscuits. Newt took the opportunity to explain quietly, "Koa. They attacked our workshop. They killed 5 of the guards, injured 3, and the rest fled. They came inside and killed everyone, taking all the gold with them. Narmercon, no one survived." "New to no one. The doctor said it was a miracle you survived. You were hit by 4 bullets. Narmeron, didn't they find out who did it?" Newt, one, they didn't even bother to investigate. They just waited for the ambulances to take away the injured and the dead, and then they left. When I went myself, they told me that there have been some reports of murder and crime. Later, that'd take a year before they could start looking at it. It was shocking. My friends in college had been killed, but no one even wanted to address it. My whole body was burning with rage. A few minutes of silence passed until Nan had enough cookie cream and came back to us. "Dad, are you coming to play hide and seek?" "Neutron's son, Dad needs to rest." "Narmeron, yeah, my dear boy. I need to rest a bit to feel better, but then we'll play a lot together. Nan hand and give me your phone to play a little." Newt was very sensitive about this, and my pleading looked softened this time. I handed the phone to Nan to play. I don't remember when I fell asleep. I woke up at night. I think I'd slept a lot because I felt completely refreshed. They were distributing dinner. The food was flavorful and well made. I didn't expect that from here. After the meal, they served this Egyptian green tea with a wonderful mint aroma. It was delightful. Then gradually everyone fell asleep. But my mind was very occupied. I couldn't continue living like this. I could be killed any day. I could be shot any day. I could go abroad, but where? I know Newt wouldn't be happy about that either. And I feel like I'm running away. The feeling of cowardice and guilt never leaves me. I love my country. I love these people. I can't leave and live in the peace of some faraway place where my country burns. But what about Nan? What about Newt? What if they were the ones shot instead of me? These thoughts made me feel sick. I decided not to think about it for now. There is plenty of time. I tried to sleep, and I soon fell asleep again. In my dream, I saw a dragon, black and large with curved teeth, sharp as a sword, and yellow eyes. It was standing in front of me. Its mouth opened, and from its screeching roar made it a fire to burn me. I woke up. I was drenched in sweat. I looked at the clock. It was 3 in the morning. I fell asleep again and had another nightmare. Strange animals were chasing me. They were between a lion and a wolf, but their faces were burned. I went into the room and closed the door. They were stretchy at the door from behind. It felt like they were carving it down. I could gradually feel their claws from this side of the door. They would come in any minute. I woke up again. It was 8:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep anymore. Having nightmares was enough for me. Thoughts came rushing back. My son and his future, my own life. I didn't know what to do. I remembered a saying that had always saved me a lifeful. If you don't take a life in the direction you want, it'll take you in the direction you don't want. I wanted security, and that wouldn't come from sitting and doing nothing. Since childhood, my father told me that the tears we shed over our failures are the sweat we didn't shed for success. I made my decision. This war wasn't mine. I had never shot anyone. I had come close to death twice, but this was not going to be the third time. Others had started this war, but I would end it. Now, years later since that day in hospital, I can recall any time I felt as much determination in my heart as I did that day. My war started that day, a war that has now been going on for 11 years and is still continuing.